Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, please let me introduce myself. My name is Putri Amalia. You can call me Keisya. I'm a university student at 11 Maret University, majoring in Chemical Engineering year 2023 with number I05230059. In this video, I would like to discuss just a little bit about the problem of law enforcement in Indonesia. It is a fact that has been known by majority of Indonesian people since its topic has become public discussion for quite some time. It has to be said that the law enforcement in Indonesia is kind of poor. It's not that it doesn't work at all, but there are many shortcomings in its implementation. One of the shortcomings is that the sanction of the law in Indonesia has already been given to the perpetrators who violate the applicable rules. But the sanctions given are often not in accordance with what is stated in the law, such as reduction in fines and detention period due to various reasons. And many of these reductions are coming from bribing the authorities. People in high positions and upper class are often receive leniency, so they can avoid heavy sanctions appropriate to the offenses committed, because they have enough money and power to bribe the court. An example of a case occurred is the case of Keisya, an employee of Directorate Jenderal Projek who involved in a massive bribery scandal. In 2010, he was arrested for accepting bribes from several companies so they can reduce the amount of tax they had to pay. Although he was initially sentenced to be imprisoned for 7 years, Keisya continued to use bribes to obtain luxury facilities in prison and even left prison to travel. It was also discovered that several clerks at Pengadilan Negeri or District Court and Pengadilan Tinggi or High Court had been arrested by Komisi Pemberantasan Korupsi or Corruption Eradication Commission, which usually called KPK, for accepting bribes to manipulate the result of the court decisions. One of the examples is the clerk at Pengadilan Tinggi Jakarta Utara, who was arrested by KPK for accepting bribes to influence the case decisions. These cases shows that the law enforcement system in Indonesia is still flawed. Many cases of injustice in the law are caused by acts of corruption. Cases of corruption in the form of bribery to reduce legal sanctions are not a rare phenomenon in Indonesia. The impact will seriously damage the public trust in justice system and law enforcement, as well as the law enforcement in Indonesia will be increasingly far from good in its functioning. Several possible solutions can be tried as an effort to reduce the number of corruption in law enforcement. First is to reform law and policies that are stricter to anyone involved in bribery cases, both who gives and receive the bribes. Second is a system of transparency and accountability to the public can be implemented. Third, tighten supervision of related parties working in Indonesian justice system. So that's all the discussion regarding the law enforcement in Indonesia, which still has many shortcomings. One of them is bribery corruption case. If there is any problem while conveying the information, I would like to give my deepest apology. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.